Alright, how's it going? Week 3 of the OFC, here we are in the battle. As you can see, my opponent's team is on the right, facing the Xurkitree W. Not even plural, it's just the W. That's okay. We're 0-2, not 0-3 yet, but we're 0-2 right now. He's only got 9 Mons, but I feel like any combination of these 9 Mons he could bring, I definitely think Galarian Mr. Mime is not a bad bring necessarily against my team. Like it deals with Venusaur, it can deal with a few things on my team. I think the most important thing about it is that it gets Screen Cleaner, which is an ability that basically makes you like Light Screen, Reflect, or Aurora Veil on either side of the field are just negated if that Mon comes in. They're just all gone, which I think is really important because I do have Aurora Veil Vanillux. That is a strat I am bringing, so I definitely gotta watch out for Galarian Mr. Mime if it does come. But again, it's low tier that I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't consider it. Aldino or Aldino, whatever, is also really good with the Wish support. Well, it's also Cleric, gets Regenerator. So I think all these mods are very viable against me. So we'll just have to see. I think honestly the least viable mod on my opponent's team is probably either Superior or Mega Lopunny. Um, just because Mega Lopunny gets absolutely walled by this mod. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to say for sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. So uh, let's go into my team now. Got the Mega Venusaur here. Leech Seed, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, Roar. This mod's just here for Mega Lopunny and Garchomp, and Xurkitree, and Superior, and to an extent, Finny and Volcarona. And yeah, it's just good in general. Uh, Leechy gives me health back. I don't have Synthesis because I kind of wanted these 4 moves. Sludge Bomb is really important. If I switch into Superior and it doesn't have Glare, I can basically just Sludge Bomb it. Um, I'm not Spadef, but I should be able to take a Leech, like a Leaf Storm plus 2 Dragon Pulses or whatever it wants to do. I need to be able to hit Superior. I don't want to have to rely on just switching in and clicking Roar every time, especially if it brings Glare. But Roar is also important for things like Celesteela if it wants to try to sweep me. SD Garchomp, Tailglow Xurkitree could come against me, um, just to set up on this Mega Venusaur. Because even Earthquake I don't think kills the Xurkitree. So if he's got Bulk, um, and yeah, I think just roaring. Did I already say that? Obviously the Volcarona. If it wants to quiver, I can roar it. So he's got a lot of different setup options. But this mon is primarily for the Garchomp and the Mega Lopunny. I can Leech Seed basically everything. Like if he switches in the Superior, I can just Sludge Bomb that. That's not a problem. And as long as we hit our Leech Seeds, we'll be getting consistent damage. And then if I have to pivot into something else, like maybe if Celesteela comes in on the Leech Seed, I can switch into something else and then go from there. But they'll get health back every turn. So that's nice. Providing an incentive for my opponent to switch is always helpful. So that's the Mega Venusaur. I think it's really solid this week. Next up, we got Zeraora Assault Vest. This is also pretty good for Xurkitree. Xurkitree really does not get that much coverage. Like it gets Energy Ball. I don't think it gets any Psychic coverage, which I think is really important, especially with Venusaur there. So I'm pretty sure Venusaur deals really well with the Xurkitree. But just in case we need something else, we got Zeraora. We're speed creeping. I think we're speed creeping a Mega Lopunny that's speed creeping our Zygarde. I think that's what that's for. Because I don't want to run like. I want to be adamant with this Zero, like in nature. Like I want it to be adamant so it can do a lot of damage. Because this Mon is really good against this. Plasma Fist does a lot of damage to a lot of things. Um, I want to be able to hit Celesteela as hard as possible so that if it is weakness policy, we get it low enough to where we can revenge it with something else. The one Mon is Garchomp that can switch into Plasma Fist, and like I guess Xurkitree and Superior, but I don't think they really want to switch into me. Um, so yeah, I wanted to go adamant. I want to risk because I'm pretty sure he's going to speed creep something. He's not just going to run max speed Mega Lopunny. Doesn't make much sense. Um, and if he does, kudos to him. Maybe if he runs max speed adamant, um, so that I can't run adamant and outspeed him, then he might do that. But we're banking on the fact that he's going to try to speed creep my Zygarde, which is the next slowest thing, or the next fastest thing, other than Zeraora. So if he does that, then we're in a good position there with this Zeraora. And then I'd put the 92 in Spadef so that I could take special hits as well as possible. Mainly again for the Finny, I can switch into Finny pretty well, and then Xurkitree, even Superior if I want to take a hit from that mon. That'll be pretty good. Volcarona, so yeah, just in general, pretty nice. Then we got Z10, or Zygarde, with speed for, I believe, Superior. Yeah, because it's almost, yeah, it's definitely for Superior. Basically, I mean, Choice Banded 1,000 Arrows really goes in against his team. I mean, there's very limited switch-ins. Maybe if he's got, well, if he's got Celesteela, defensive Celesteela, and he switches into it, we still have the, okay, well, it says illegal, but it's not. Here, let me just change it to draft. It's got 100 accuracy, so for some reason I thought it didn't. I thought it had like 90 accuracy or something, but it has 90 power. So if he wants to switch in that Celesteela, we can go for 1,000 arrows, smack it down, and then I can go for it again, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be super effective after, yeah, it is going to be super effective after the Celesteela smacked down by it, so that's really helpful. So he really can't use that as a switch-in. I might not want to stand against it if it's not already, like if he switches into it after I've killed something, I'll probably want to switch because I don't want to die to a heavy slam or something. But yeah, basically the only other switching would be, I guess, like defensive Superior or defensive Finny, but those both can get whittled pretty well unless he's running like a different Superior, like a Leech Seed kind of thing. Leech Seed, Glare, Synthesis, and Leaf Storm, maybe. I don't know. But other than that, I mean, I really think we can do well with this mon here. I mean, really, if I'm not going for 1,000 arrows, I'm probably just going for E-Speed. Like these two, Outrage and Earthquake, are not really important here. If we get Celesteela dead, we can just freely Earthquake. So that's pretty much the point with that. But he'll probably be able to keep Celesteela around for the majority of the game. Then we got Vanillux, Light Clay, Blizzard, Freeze Dry, Aurora Veil, and Flash Cannon. I believe the speed is for, gosh, I don't know. it's definitely for something. Maybe it's for, it might be for like min speed Xurkitree. Well, not min speed, but just like a Xurkitree who's not running any speed. Because I wanted to put some kind of speed into it, but this is not going to be a fast Vanillux. It's going to be a support Vanillux with Aurora Veil. I really want the Aurora Veil against the team just in general because it helps against a lot of his mons. I mean, Xurkitree, Volcarona, Mega Lopunny, these guys have, a lot of these mons have a lot of natural power, so I need to be able to weaken them a little bit with the Aurora Veil. Again, if Galarian Mr. Mime comes, we gotta watch out for that. And that's why I'm running Flash Cannon, because I really feel like I need to. If Mr. Mime is definitely gonna switch into this mon like every time, I feel like it's probably gonna run Boots with like Rapid Spin, Freeze Dry, then maybe Dual Stab, I don't know. In which case we can just Flash Cannon it. If it's Assault Vest, it'll take the hit a little bit better, but hopefully if we whittle that thing down, we can get in this mon. Galarian Mr. Mime's also his only Rapid Spinner. He's got a Defogger in Finny, and I believe that's it. I don't know if Celesteela gets it, but I don't think it does. Volcarona doesn't get Defog, so he might also bring that just because it spins. But yeah, anyway, the plan of this thing is just to get a Aurora Veil up, and hopefully we can kill Galarian Mr. Mime with Flash Cannon at some point once it reveals itself, if it does reveal itself. Freeze Dry is great for Finny, and then just Blizzard Spin everything else. So the mon we want the Aurora Veil for primarily is going to be Manaphy. It's got the Salac Berry, so I can boost my speed once I'm low enough with the sub Telgo Surf Energy Ball. Now, I need Energy Ball for Finny. I absolutely need it for Finny. And I need Surf just because it's Surf. I feel like if there's only one mon who likes to switch into this mon, which is going to be Superior, but I'm just banking on the fact that he doesn't bring it. I mean, if he does bring it, then it's weakened to the point where I can knock it out with a +3 Surf, which is probably will be pretty easy. I believe I think I'm outspeeding Xurkitree with this, which is great. So if he's like max speed, Timid, Scarf, then once I get my Salac Berry off, I can deal with that. And I could have gone Modest, but I decided to go Timid and give myself a lot more HP investment so that I could substitute a little bit more comfortably against some mons. Like if Finny doesn't have Nature's Madness and Aurora Veil's up, I could definitely try to sub up on that thing. Depending on the Celesteela, I could sub up on that mon. Aldino, I could try to set up on that mon. or Volcarona, anything that's about to switch, then I think is going to switch, I can sub up. And then hopefully I can sub up a few times to where I can get my Salicberry. The only priority he has on his team, I mean, unless he's got like fake out Mr. Mime, the only priority is going to be his fake out Megalopony, which is uh, unfortunate, but at the same time, if I have a sub up and he fakes me out, it doesn't flinch me. So that's good. So hopefully we can keep a sub up. I don't know. We're hoping to sweep with this spawn. Last but not least, I have Cobalion making his appearance. This set might change a little bit. I'll make some tweaking, but I think this mod is really. I mean, at first I had Fortress. I had like Spadef Fortress with Rapid Spin because I'm thinking if he brings Galarian Mr. Mime, that'll have Rapid Spin, and then I need to have Rapid Spin on my end. Or Defog, just some way of removal. Because if he brings Defog with Finny and not Rapid Spin Mime, so I have the voice crack, and not Rapid Spin Mime, I can deal with that. Like if he defogs my rocks, he also defogs his own rocks. But if he brings Rapid Spin, I need to have Rapid Spin. That was the idea with Fortress. But matchup wise, I really do think Cobalion has a better matchup. So I'm just gonna bring it. I feel like I have to risk it. If he doesn't bring Mr. Mime, it's a better situation for me to have Cobalion. And yes, we got Stealth Rocks, Full Switch, Close Combat and Ironhead. We have Natural Speed, good enough to where I don't really feel like I need to speed creep anything. I mean, we're here for support. We'll lead with this thing most likely, and we'll just go for rocks and go from there. I mean, if he brings Garchomp, we might not want to lead with this one, but Volt Switch is great. Gets me some switch initiative. And then Dual Stab, I think, hits his team pretty well. I mean, besides Volcarona, which we don't stay in on anyway. It's a pretty nice set. So, for some reason, I thought Leaf had Miltank. Does it? It might be Miltank instead of Audino. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. So, we'll take a look at that. But yeah, either way, I mean, they do basically the same thing, except for Audino can Wish and Miltank can set up rocks. And Miltank has Thick Fat and Audino has Regenerated. I mean, it's not that big a deal if it's Miltank, which it very well could be. But yeah, anyway, I'll just stop this team builder here and cut to the battle. I'm not having the battle for like 5 days or something, so that's gonna be a while. So again, if anything changes, I'll try to let you know before I start the video or start the battle. So yeah, I'm gonna cut the battle right here, and I guess I'll see you there. And yeah, wish me luck. All right, here we are with the battle. As you can see, Leaf brought basically everything but Miltank, Superior, and Finny, which is pretty much what I was expecting. I thought maybe Miltank comes, but because it can, I don't know, it can switch into Venusaur pretty well with Sap Sipper. And I mean, I wasn't sure if Circuitry was gonna come. So we have a few things for a few of his mons. So yeah. Anyway, look at the team matchup. Pretty much everything I expected. I did expect the mon to come. So probably, I mean, it's a little bit of an issue if he gets rocks up with Garchomp. But pretty much everything else, I think we're fairly prepared for. That doesn't mean we're gonna do necessarily well because he's got potential sweep with Volcarona. He's got offensive, like, obviously Lopunny's always a threat. He's got potential sweep with Celesteela. He can have Scarf Chomp. Mr. Mime's just an incredible threat for my team for whatever reason, and he could have some kind of, I don't know, either Tail Glow or Scarf Circuitry. So yeah, we gotta watch out for a bunch of different things. So let's get this show on the road. Okay, yeah, alright. I'm trying to make it so that, okay, and yeah, so I'm going to lead Cobalion. He leads with Lopunny. I was thinking just to get rocks up. I wasn't really looking at his team. I know that I do have the Chople Berry with this mon, so I can just stay in here and click Close Combat. I don't want to click rocks as he hits me with his fighting type attack, so I'm just going to click Close Combat here. I do a decent amount to Volcarona, no Flame Bodies, that's nice. If he had led Garchomp, that would have been a bad situation, which I actually think I should have predicted him to lead Garchomp, but nonetheless, I'm going to get in Zero Aura on this mon. I am a Assault Vest, so I'm going to take this pretty well. Knock him out with Plasma Fist, And guess what? I get the flame body. So now I'm burned, so this one's pretty crippled and it's very easy to get set up on now. So he does go into Celestial. This is obviously a weakness policy on top of my set, so I'm going to knock off his weakness policy so that I do not get swept. Even so, it looks like I'm in a pretty bad position. So here I believe I just click Plasma Fist. Oh no, I don't even outspeed him. That's right. So he uses about a lot of health. At first I'm like, okay, I just guess I bring in Manaphy and just try to do damage, but other than that I just lose. But then I'm like, wait, I have a roar on Venusaur, so I can just roar this thing out, which is awesome. But I mean, it's still not a good exchange for me. I lost Aurora, which is massive against my opponent. It was really good against Xurkitree. It was really, it was good. So now he brings in Xurkitree, so I bring in Zygarde, but he's Scarfed, of course. So we got Scarf Zerk. Yeah, I don't know what to do against this. I just bring in Vanillux. I take the hit surprisingly well. I know he's Scarf, so he's either going to switch or just stay in. I was thinking maybe he brings in Mr. Mime with its screen cleaner so that my Aurora Veil is useless, but he actually just goes for the Dazzling Gleam. Now I take the next one. I go for Flash Cannon. I was predicting the Mr. Mime to come in, but of course I'm wrong. So now I just bring Cobalion, or Cobalion, whatever, because I wanna. I don't know. I want to get a free switch and a Manaphy. I know I'll get outsped by this Xurkitree, so I'll just go for Volt Switch. So I can get in Manaphy. This is really my only shot, is to try to get in the Manaphy and, I don't know, try to set up or something. Which is feasible. All I need is for that Garchomp to not be Scarfed, which I don't know if he'd bring double Scarf plus setup, Volcarona and Celesteela. That might be more of a support Garchomp. So he goes for Dazzling Gleam as I get a sub up. Hill goes away. I still have 3 turns of Aurora Veil. So these next 3 turns are critical. I have to play this like basically perfectly to set it up. So his Dazzling Gleam does not. First it does 23% and then it doesn't bring my sub, so it does less than 25. I go for sub there, hoping that he attacks me so I can get my Salic up. And then the next turn I'd be able to knock him out. And I'd still have my sub up so that I couldn't get faked out by Lopunny and break my sub. Or kill me. So. But he goes to Mr. Mime, and I was considering surfing against the Xurkitree, and that would be great because I could have 2 KO'd this fucking Mr. Mime. But it doesn't work like that, so I'm going to get dropped. And yeah, so basically I had no shot. I mean, once he made that switch and I subbed and failed, I basically knew that I couldn't pull off the sweep. It was close. I had to make the right plays. For that to work, but we had a shot, but then Scarf Zerk's just gonna finish off. So we get 4-0 and that's gonna be the game. I don't have anything to say. We're 1-7 total in in the first 2 leagues I put on this channel, so just really pathetic. So yeah, I'll see you next time.